Hey, welcome back to the YouTube channel. So today I'm just gonna jump into it because there's a few different things that I wanted to talk about. Um, with the drawing, if you didn't see the thumbnail, I'm gonna be drawing Kid Goku. Just a rough sketch, it's not anything too detailed. It's just something that I wanted to do real quick in order to put out a voiceover. So if you didn't want to hear me rant, I do apologize, but well, not rant, but talk. If you didn't want to hear me talk, I apologize. But if you do, I appreciate you clicking on the video. But one thing I quickly wanted to talk about is just learning about sound quality. So I have this Lavelle mic, lav mic. I'm a shorten it and say lav mic because I'm not sure if it's Lavelle or Lavar or whatever it may be. But I have this mic. It's a cheap mic right now that I'm using. But it's getting the job done. And something that I've been starting to learn more, especially with the YouTube videos, is about sound quality. And sound quality, of course, is very important when you're doing anything. So I'm learning that I don't have to have the mic right up to my face. I could just put it on my collar or my t-shirt or whatever, and I could just speak into the mic and it'll pick up my voice just fine. And of course, different mics have different sound qualities and all that. I'm actually gonna get a new mic pretty soon from DJI, and sound quality should be a lot better. But in the past, I pretty much was just using the raw audio quality with no sort of like sound editing, and I've just been increasing the decibels, so just increasing the volume, and yeah, that's pretty much how I've been doing the videos. But what I'm learning and what I've learned is that doing that, it's not always the best thing. So now I'm gonna actually start looking and taking pride into my sound quality and my sound work on these videos. So hopefully they won't be as annoying to listen to, because I know you would hear like a lot of pops and me smacking my lips a lot. And that's another thing that I'm gonna work on, is just not smacking as much when I'm speaking, because I think I do that quite a bit. So I think it'll be good for when I'm presenting here online. I'm also learning about the sound options that I have available to me in the Final Cut Pro, which is what I use for my video editing. I use Final Cut Pro on my iPad right now, and yeah, previously I didn't think my iPad would be like a replacement for an actual Mac, but honestly, it's been working really well for everything that I'm needing. And recently, I discovered about Squarespace, about my website that I have, because as you know, I'm trying to do my art and hopefully trying to sell prints of my art and all that in the future. But so I set up my Squarespace website alone like many years ago before I even became an artist. But most of the time I was just writing a blog or whatever on there. But now where I realize, and what I try to do in the past, is try to edit my website on my iPad. And now I'm able to do so with the Squarespace app. And maybe you've been able to do so, but for some reason I didn't think to download or see if they have an app in the App Store. So now that I realize that they do have an app in the App Store for the iPad, I can edit my website, update it, do whatever I need to, and it is a pretty good editor. The only thing I can't do, from what I've noticed, is when I'm editing like a blog post or something on the Squarespace, it it seems to not show the thumbnail preview for like YouTube videos that I may link. So that may be annoying. So I may have to look into something else when it comes to like blogging, but it's kind of my little rant about the iPad. But yeah, kind of getting back to the sound quality that I was speaking about. So yeah, most likely I'll be buying the DJI Mic Mini, and I think it's best for my particular needs in terms of like being portable, having good sound quality, being versatile with everything. I think that'll really help, and also it's future proof for any other DJI products that I may have in the future. So that should be good, and I'll be happy to kind of speak on that once I do get it, in the future, maybe in the next couple of weeks. But another thing that I want to talk about is just consuming less and creating more. So something that I've realized since I now have my own space and I'm on my own with my life. I've struggled with, I've only been here for about a week now on my own, kind of doing my own thing. And I've been realizing that I've been overcompensating with being by myself now. I'm just looking at YouTube videos all day, or watching stuff online, or being online, or being on my phone. And it's not the most healthy thing. So what I want to do more is just start creating more. So just drawing more, being able to edit these YouTube videos, putting them out there, maybe blogging, just writing, doing stuff like that that is more conducive of my time and not just looking at stuff all day online. So it's something I'm definitely going to work on. And yeah, I think it's something that I think we can all strive for, because I think all of us, or maybe not, maybe it's just me, but for sure for me, I consume a lot of content on YouTube, on HBO Max, on playing video games. Which, don't get me wrong, playing video games is fun, and I like to do it. But I think that I can also do that, in moderation, just like with anything, and be able to still create and do the things that I want to do and build the life that I want to live. So, yep. The other thing I wanted to talk about here, let's see, going down a list here actually, so forgive me. I think I'll talk about that before, about using YouTube as my more and more voiceover content, and using more Instagram just drawing with no really voiceover. I think it's what I'm gonna stick to. I think YouTube is just the best platform when it comes to putting yourself out there and doing voiceover and doing videos in general. And Instagram, they're trying, but I think they're more for like photos and just not really talking. And yeah, but I know they're trying to do more of a TikTok thing, so we'll see what happens with that. Another thing, kind of what I touched on recently, was my social media usage. So what I ended up doing, I ended up getting rid of actually my social media altogether. Actually taking a quick screenshot of my phone real quick, just to show my home screen, because I'm probably going to show my home screen at this point. And yeah, it's very basic. I'm trying to minimalize my whole phone, just not use my phone for anything that's not productive. And my iPad, I'm more using it like a computer with drawing and video editing, and of course I'll consume YouTube on it more than I do on my phone. But that's because I'm, either finding YouTube video ideas, or finding, whatever it may be, helping my own personal life, all that stuff, motivation. Also, I read a lot more on my phone than I do on my iPad, so that's another thing I want to do more. But yeah, just like I said, real basic in terms of like my philosophy for it. It's just consuming less, creating more. That's the main thing. Let's see what else I wanted to talk about here. Forgive me for not being prepared, because I know that y'all don't want to listen to me just talking and not being prepared. That's very not fun from what I'm gathering. So it's something I'm going to work on definitely in the future. Another thing I want to talk about is, nope, not going to talk about that in this one. I'm actually going to make it short about that, but it's going to be about what would you rather watch on an art channel? Like, what would you want to watch? Would you want to watch like process videos? Would you want to watch me like creating stuff like in real life, and having my iPhone put on a tripod and watching me create stuff on my tablet? Or like these videos, just recording the screen, me doing a voiceover about whatever I want to talk about? I think I'm gonna do a short about that instead of adding it to this video, even though I am adding it to this video. So I'm kind of messing up my YouTube short. Or maybe I can make this part specifically, making it into a short. That's one thing I still haven't figured out yet, is how to make a YouTube video into an actual short. So that's something that I need to work on, is being able to actually make a YouTube video into a short, and how to cut that up and make it interesting and all that stuff. So that's something definitely need to work on. But yeah, I mean, I've been enjoying being by myself. Honestly, it's one of the best feelings, being able to do what I want to do when I want to do it. Just being an adult. It's fun. The not fun thing is having to pay for it all and not being able to do the things I want to do, like travel and all that, as much as I want to, because I don't have that freedom yet financially. So, it's definitely something I'm working on, is getting that financial freedom as soon as possible and being able to travel more. I think that'll be great. Being able to talk about my adventures and show my adventures on YouTube, Instagram, and all that, and putting myself out there more, I think it is it'll be more interesting. I would say, even though I may be a boring guy. Who knows? But yeah, I think I'm gonna end the video here because I'm kind of just rambling. I don't want to just sit here for the last 10 seconds just rambling. But hope you have a great day though. I appreciate y'all for watching this, and I'll talk to y'all in the next one.